I'm Jill Anderson, Homegrown Gourmet, and I am here to demonstrate to you how to properly open a pomegranate without making your kitchen look like a crime scene. And the pomegranates actually that I am using today, this adorable apron that I'm wearing, and check these out, are from the PomWonderful company. And I am hosting a PomWonderful dinner party this Sunday the 14th for 6 guests, and our menu is going to be on the patio at sunset. We are having brie and croûte topped with luscious pomegranate syrup, which I made myself from the PomWonderful pomegranates that I received in the mail. And this is what it looks like. This nectar is beautiful. And all I did was take the juice, about 4 cups of freshly juiced pomegranate juice, put it in a little pan along with about 3/4 of a cup of sugar and a half cup of lemon juice. And the reason that I used a little bit of sugar is because it should be sweet, and pomegranates can be a bit tart, but you don't want it overwhelmingly sweet. It's just perfect. It's wonderful. And I just canned them, and you can see they're beautiful in little jars. So I'm really proud of myself for that. But before we can actually make anything, we need to open our pomegranates. And I'm going to do that right now. And here I have 2 fine specimens from PomWonderful. Oh, before I finish, I want to show you the cutting board. Cute, cute, cute. The instructions for opening a pomegranate are actually on the cutting board. But a lot of people, if they've never done it before, are a little hesitant, and so there's no need to be, and I'm going to show you that. And to prove it, I'm actually going to wear a white apron while I do it and keep my fingers crossed that we don't end up wearing some. If I do it right, we shouldn't. So you're going to take your knife and you're going to start at the little stem end, or the end that comes off the tree when they're plucked. And just make a small slit in this end, enough to expose, and maybe I'll do just a little bit more, okay, enough to expose the tops of the seeds. And then you can clearly see how they're in segments that go around, and these are the pods that contain the seeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice down into that area with my knife. And don't worry about a little bit of juice coming out. With a fruit that is nothing but juice and seeds on the inside, unless you're a genius or you have like ground penetrating radar, there's going to be no way for you to cut into this without bursting some of the seeds. The pomegranate seeds, by the way, are called arils, if you're wondering. And here is what it looks like inside. They're little jewels. Now, so far I haven't bled this guy out too much. You can see I did pretty well, actually. I have a bowl of water standing by, and the key to not covering yourself and everything in the near vicinity with pomegranate juice is to take this section that you've cut and to submerge it in the water, and then just kind of bend it backwards and begin to roll the seeds out. Now I do this with the pads of my thumb, and I'll tell you the reason that I do. If you go into it head on like this, you have a lot more chance of bursting the arils than you do if you just kind of take the pad of your thumb and roll. And they will just flick right off when you do that. And you can see they're coming off, and I'm not splattering myself with juice because as I roll, I'm keeping it submerged in the water. And don't worry about losing too much juice into the water. Your water's going to get pink a little bit, but by no means are you going to lose all of your juice in the water, because the pomegranate's insides are all rich, vibrant, antioxidant-packed, vitamin-rich juice. So you won't lose it. Now you can see that my arils have gone to the bottom of the water, and any of the unedible membrane material has floated to the top. That's going to make it easy later for me to drain that right out and clean my seeds. I'm going to go ahead and take one more section and start getting it, and we're going to see, oh, I did really good that time. just a little bit, and a few of them. You can just look at this. Is that not beautiful? The prettiest fruit in the entire world, I think. A few of these little jewels slipped out and we don't want to lose them. So here we go. One more time in case you missed it. I'm going to submerge this section into the water, and then I'm going to push my thumb into the center of the peel here in the back very gently, and just sort of turn it, yeah, there we go, inside out. See that? Do you see what's happening? Everything's coming loose. And I can then just take my thumb, again, you want to do this submerged, I can take my thumb and I can just roll. Roll, gently roll, and my arrows fall right out. Now, I'm not going to take the time here to do the whole pomegranate on film because I think you get the idea, but I will go ahead and finish off this piece that I started and show you how I clean it up for the final time to use it. And I've got one more little section here. In you go. All of them. I don't want to miss a one because they're so awesome. Okay. Don't worry about the membrane. Like I said, you can see that it's buoyant. It floats to the top quite easily, and it's quite simple to separate it from the arrows. Oh, there's a little pocket of goodness hiding in there, and we can't let it get away. That's the neat thing about pomegranates. They're like the fruit that keeps on giving, because just when you think you've picked the last seed, guess what? You never do. There's always a seed in there somewhere. Okay. You can see after they're picked that I'm not bloody with pomegranate juice. My counter isn't bloody. My apron isn't bloody. Nothing is covered with pomegranate juice, and there's nothing left but the somewhat leathery peel and the inedible membranes inside. Now, I'm going to set this aside for just a moment, and I'm going to show you how to quickly finish up cleaning these seeds. So this is the messy part right here, and you can take a look though. I didn't really make that big of a mess. I mean, that's, for a fruit that has this much juice in it, that's not much mess. So now I'm just going to kind of go like this and run my fingers through the arrows and kind of knock off any of the membrane that may be clinging to any of the seeds. So you can see that. Now with it stirred like this, oop, there's one more. I think I'll just eat that one. With it stirred up like this, you can see all of the membrane floating to the top. Now all I have to do is pour, and you see the white pieces just kind of flowing out. It's because they're lighter than the arrows, and what few are left, you can just kind of get out like that. I'm going to give it a quick rinse. What I'd like for you to really take note of is how clear this water is. Do you see this? You would think that I would have burst so many seeds and lost so many juice, but if you do it correctly, you don't. So I'm going to pour off the last bit of the flotsam here. And now with a drainer, just go ahead and catch your seeds. Give them a little shake. And I have a bowl of arrows here that I had already plucked out earlier, and I'm just going to add this to them. And there they are. They're absolutely beautiful and stunning. They look like little jewels. And what I really like to do with these, you can put them on salads, you can top desserts with them, you can certainly juice them. If you have one of the, what are they called? The old-fashioned citrus juicers. I have one back in the cabinet somewhere, but it's like a little reamer. Plug it in. You can cut the pomegranate in half across this way and just juice it like this on a citrus reamer. I don't recommend it because your kitchen's going to look like a murder scene. But what I did was clean them in the manner that I just showed you, and then I ran them through my food processor. The arrows will not process at all. They're just like little stones, and they'll kind of stick in the blade. So you'll need to take the blade out periodically if you're juicing a lot of arrows. You need to pick the blade out periodically and just kind of take your brush and brush the arrows off of it. But it will extract an enormous amount of juice. And as I said before, that's how I made my pomegranate molasses, was just extracting the juice and boiling it down with the sugar and the lemon juice. I really am excited and grateful to PomWonderful for the opportunity to host this dinner party. I'm just looking forward to it so much, because I've really put a lot of effort and planning into what we're going to have. And as I said, our first course will start out at sunset on the patio, and that will be a wheel of brie baked in a phyllo crust, topped with some of my delicious pomegranate molasses and some arrows, and we'll be serving those on water crackers. And I've planned to have a cocktail, which is you can have it non-alcoholic or alcoholic, of pomegranate cosmos to go with our appetizer. And then we'll progress into the dining room, where we're going to have a pork tenderloin with pomegranate gastrique. Well, actually, I skipped a course. We're going to have a field green and mosh salad topped with shavings of hard goat cheese, some of these fabulous, beautiful jewel arrows, and some walnuts that have been candied in pomegranate juice or molasses. And we're going to serve our dinner with a pomegranate iced tea. And then, of course, the main course will be the pork tenderloin with the pomegranate gastrique. We will also have candied pumpkin wedges, and they too will be candied with the pomegranate juice in the oven. And then, to kind of equalize this sweet and savory and very rich meal, I felt that it needed a dark bitter green. So we're going to have finely minced collard greens, just simply sauteed in a little bit of olive oil with some garlic. And then for our final course, we'll have beautiful fall Bosque pears that are poached in pomegranate juice, hollowed out in the center and filled with a mascarpone mousse, and topped with another drizzle of the pomegranate molasses, some melted chocolate, and a final sprinkling of our beautiful pomegranate arrows. I hope that you will enjoy our menu as much as we're going to enjoy our menu. And I just want to show you that I got from PomWonderful, besides this apron and 2 crates of pomegranates, the cutting board, I also received these beautiful tote bags for each of my guests. And this is just such a nice guest gift for my people that are coming. The tote bag, inside each person is going to get a coupon for a free bottle of PomWonderful pomegranate juice. They're also going to get this beautiful collection of Chef Series cards that feature recipes from famous chefs using pomegranates and pom juice, and they're just beautiful. They're really beautiful, so everyone's going to receive one of those. There is also, and I guess I left it out, there's this cool little bracelet. Here it is. There's this cool little bracelet, wonderful inside, and we all know that if you eat pomegranates, you will be wonderful inside because of their antioxidants and their vitamins and their high level of nutrition. You will be wonderful inside. So we have that, and then I'm also going to send each one of my guests home with a pomegranate. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that the generous people at PomWonderful are going to find my menu to be exciting, to be enticing, and to be worthy of one of their wonderful prizes. Thank you very much, and I will see you again at the dinner party.